You know, it's been quite a while since I talked about analog horrors that isn't purely about dinosaurs. I mean, I do the backroom sound footage once in a while, but I'm talking about full-blown analog horror with lore, like Vita Carnus and a few others. In my comment section, some people were asking me to cover some famous ones like the Mandela Catalog and so on. Not sure if I'll cover those since so many people already did, but since some of my most viewed videos on the channel are from traditional analog horror, I'll assume that you guys really like it. And today's video is one that was proposed in the suggestion channel in the Discord, so if you want to leave your own, link's gonna be in the description. And also, hit the subscribe button, your boy is still shooting for 200k by the end of the year. Anyway, this video is quite an old one from Gemini Home Entertainment. Originally I wasn't really gonna review it, but then the words "World's Weirdest Animals" caught my eye, so I'm wondering if this is something similar to my video titled "Don't Answer the Animals" where a virus or something, or some other supernatural thing is mutating animals. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but let's get into it. And again, please make sure to support the original creator first. Their channel link is going to be pinned in the description. It starts off pretty normal with some music you'd hear in a chill Minecraft video, and it takes place in rural Minnesota. Now I don't know what it is about Minnesota or Georgia, but those two states give Skinwalker vibes, like there's something out of the ordinaries there. That's besides the point though. The first animal that I guess is the weirdest one is a bird from Wilkin County, and to be honest, it seems pretty normal to me. Okay, I'm so lost, like I rewatched this section 3 times to make sure I'm not missing something, but I couldn't find a thing wrong with the birds. Aside from the music being a bit chilling if you're alone at night, it looks like one of those Nat Geo kid slides you'd see back in the early 2000s. I look at the world's weirdest animal is just a prairie chicken though. I don't know if this is a diss on the state or something, not sure. But the next animal is pretty much the same as the first, at least that's what I thought. Okay, now I know. Now it makes sense why this was recommended to me. Part of me was like, this seems pretty normal so far, but now we have this major drop. I don't care about the owls. Okay, I do care about them since those little fellas are really cute and are sadly facing habitat destruction in different states. But in this situation, we have bigger fish to fry. What in the world is a woodcrawler and why is it everywhere? Like the music completely dropped and we're left with static when it shows everywhere. So you're telling me the entire state is filled with an animal called a woodcrawler? Like, is this gonna be something that hides in the trees or sticks to the dense woodland to snatch people walking by? Sounds like some sort of cryptid. But the truth about the animal in quotation marks is more terrifying than something grabbing you from the tree line, as they're more close than you think. Hey yo, that got me. My earbuds are in at almost full volume, so I hear every little detail, and the last second when those massive limbs went forward, I heard the thump. So there's a lot to go over here. These are mimics of some sort which aren't that uncommon in the analog horror space, but these actively have large hives that target big families too. Well, from what I understood, they steal voices and I guess the identity. Nature's mockeries they call them, and I thought it was just a state, but the text mentioned that they can be found all over the United States, and they can travel through most terrain without making a sound. Now for most mimics, there's usually some sort of goal for them luring humans. It could be for food, in order to complete a life cycle, and other things. But it's not made clear why these wood crawlers do it. Is it just to steal the original resident's identity so when other family members come over to visit, they get more food? It's too soon to say. Either way, the tape explicitly says to burn them so they don't rise again. Yeah, this don't sound like the regular mimics or cryptids. I think these are some full-blown demonic entities. Because at the end, just before I cut it off, we see these weird forelimbs just come forward. It looks like Pennywise's spider legs in the second movie, but white. Luckily for me, well, not me really, but you guys, we get a closer look at these things in the home, and it's one of the most off-putting settings I've seen in the analog horror. Oh no, oh no. That woman, in quotation marks, just stood across the floor. There's no head movement or jerk as if a normal person is moving. A straight slide into the room. You know it's a good tape when you're hesitant to keep your eyes on the screen because you think a jump scare is about to happen. Can't imagine what the person filming is feeling though. Dude must be clenched trying not to make a sound, and I can't blame him. In the footage we see them, I guess, rehearsing in some sense. The adult man version is trying to mimic human speech or do so in a way that's somewhat normal, but it just looks very messy, like the jaws are almost unhinged as he speaks, and the kid is just standing there. Not sure what his role is, but I wonder if they're trying to mimic a scenario they observed before they killed the residents, well, the original ones. Like the last moments of the original family was the dad scolding the son and then the mom walking in, and these woodcrawlers are trying to imitate that scene to seem natural. And speaking of things that are natural, I think the first two animals have some sort of connection to these things. I doubt it's just coincidence, but since both birds seem to burrow, I think it could have something to do with the wood crawlers, especially that part going over the prairie chickens, where the end it says that in the winter they dive under the snow to stay warm. How weird. Don't know what's weird about it, but maybe this is a form of adaptation to the wood crawlers, or possibly that these birds have something to do with the creation of them as a whole. Because the subtle mentioning that the owls can be found everywhere and the next slide saying everywhere instead of showing another county is off. My hypothesis aside, our cameraman tries his best to get as much information as possible, and it's getting harder and harder to go unnoticed. Well, since we're seeing this footage, I could only assume that the camera person survived, or at worst, someone found the tape and the camera person actually is part of the hive now. Weirdly enough, it was very off-putting seeing the guy inside the house run normally, in a sense. Like, I was expecting an unnatural monster like dart or burst of speed, but it runs how you'd expect a middle-aged dude to. These fake people, as they're called, are really trying their best to blend in with the population. Usually the mimics in other verses copy voices and appearances, sometimes a few human mannerisms, but these things are straight up replaying scenes with a dead family or practicing themselves on how to form a normal human conversation. But that's pretty much the end of the tape. When I saw the suggestion, I thought it was just going to be a one-off video, but I'm actually kind of invested now because there's quite a few videos after this one and I want to know if those birds actually have anything to do with the wood crawlers, and since they go on the ground, if these wood crawlers originate from there. I'll tell you what, get this video to 1000 likes by Friday and I'll cover this series again on Sunday. Like the next 3 to 4 tapes in a single video. But that's pretty much it for this one, folks. I'm gonna go outside and see if my mailman is a real person.